Today I'm going to showcase 4 awesome weapon mods in Elden Ring, as well as a bonus mod at the end of the video. Now, I know a lot of people are asking me in the comments or coming to my Discord to ask how certain mods need to be installed with Mod Engine 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to include a screenshot of my Mod Engine 2 mod folder for every mod. Now, the first mod is one of the problems I do have with Elden Ring, and it is when you get swords from bosses, sometimes you don't have the actual movesets that they use. Now, the Marais Dancing Blade mod actually gives you the Elmer of Briar as well as the Bell-Bearing Hunters movesets. This basically gives you what the weapon should have been like in the first place. And it is so fun to play with. This changes your character's stance as well as how they move. And to use the stance where your character will glow, you have to hold L2. And then you can use the R1 or R2 button to do different moves. And once you let go of L2, you exit the stance and your character will do the shoulder bash that this boss can do. It's one of those weapons and movesets that will make you want to do a completely new playthrough of the game. Now, the second mod aims to add some Sekiro movesets with the katana, so it only replaces the katana moveset when you're two-handing. This mod adds a new moveset to normal katana attacks like light and heavy. It also adds 7 new Ashes of War you can put on the katanas to have new skills. So you'll always have the moveset, but you can completely change the skill that you have, which is really awesome because it does add some diversity to the Ashes of War, which I think we are missing a bit in the base game. Have some really unique skills. Now, by far my favorite is the one that replaces Unsheathe, and it's called One Mind. The author says to use it with the Moonveil, but you can also use it with any other katana. The animation is so beautiful and it does a massive amount of damage, and it's just so freaking cool. Like, it makes you feel like a really powerful samurai, which is a far cry from the very bland katana moveset that the base game does have. So I will showcase a few of them, but I'm not going to show all of them. So if you want to try it out, there is way more to experiment and have fun with. Now, the next mod is called Carian Combo Warriors, and honestly, this has to be one of my favorite moveset mods ever, just because of the hand-to-hand combat moveset. It's one of the best martial arts moveset that I've played with, and it's just so fluid and it feels really good to use. Now, it doesn't only change the hand-to-hand combat, it also changes movesets for other weapons. So it changes movesets with the katanas, the Moonveil, the Dragon Scale Blade. It also changes Greatsword's movesets if you use the Prelate's Charge Ash of War, the Bastard Sword, Forked Greatsword, Iron Greatsword, Lord's Sworn Greatsword, and the Gargoyle's Greatsword as well. Now, for the fist weapons, it changes bare hands, so you don't even need to equip any weapons. It changes the Grafted Dragon, the Iron Ball, and the Star Fist. Honestly, if I do continue my Chun-Li playthrough, I'm definitely going to change the mod to this one because it's so freaking incredibly fun to play around with. It even has like flurry of kicks that Chun-Li does, and it looks so freaking great. I could sit here all day and just say how amazing it looks, but honestly, you should just try it out and you'll see for yourself. Now, this next mod is by the team at the Garden of Eyes. They have a YouTube channel, and you need to be a supporter to be able to download this mod, but they have made a new weapon completely from scratch that is probably the most unique one you'll ever see in this game. This weapon does both intelligence and arcane damage, so you can actually do an arcane and int build that actually works in this game. And you start out by doing some int damage. As you can see, the weapon is blue, but when you use the Ash of War, it actually turns into a blood weapon with a completely new moveset as well. The sound effects are great and it looks really cool, especially when it changes back from blood to the magic side of the weapon. I think it was extremely well done. It's really fun to play around with, and this weapon is incredibly strong. Like, it's incredibly OP. If you're someone who's working on your New Game Plus, then this is definitely the weapon for you if you just want to run through all the bosses. It also adds a bit of the Marais Executioner Dancing Blade moveset. It has some projectiles, it has some of the Briar Thorns, but integrated in the moveset. So in this one weapon, you have like a diverse arsenal of moves and different things you can use to completely annihilate enemies in the game. Now this last mod, the bonus mod as I mentioned, are probably one of the most controversial pieces of clothing that was actually removed completely from the game, and if you have this item in your inventory, you are literally soft banned from the game. If you use that particular save to go online, you will get banned, and that's without using the mods. Now obviously if you use the mods you will also get banned, so if you want to use this mod specifically that will add the Deathbed Smalls to your inventory, you won't be able to use this save to go online anymore, so just a heads up. But it's kind of weird because I feel like it was just supposed to be part of Fia's armor that you get when you complete her quest, but then they didn't want to spark controversy because they are like really skimpy looking underwear, right? But by removing the item from the game, I think it caused even more controversy, so I'm not sure that anything was avoided here. Kind of odd that they removed it because they are definitely better looking underwear and definitely cleaner than the default ones your character has. But if you want to show your dominance in the land between and how much you can deadlift by the developed muscles in your buttock, then this is the mod for you. Every enemy will fear your defined glutes, and honestly, that's how it should be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I included the screenshots on how to install all of these mods specifically so that you guys will have an easier time to enjoy them. Let me know what you think about these mods and if you've tried them in the comments down below. Other than that, everyone, have yourself a very wonderful day and weekend, and I'll see you all very soon. And happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian friends.